In the small, vibrant village of Mamba, nestled between rolling hills and lush forests, two girls grew up as best friends. Uju and Azuka were inseparable from the moment they could walk. They played together, learned together, and even got into trouble together. Uju, with her kind heart and gentle nature, was beloved by everyone in the village. Her laughter was infectious, and her willingness to help others made her a favorite among the elders. Azuka, on the other hand, was admired for her beauty and sharp mind. She had a way with words that could charm anyone, and her cleverness often got them out of the scrapes her impulsiveness led them into. Despite their differences, the bond between Uju and Azuka was unbreakable. They dreamed of the future together, imagining their weddings, families, and all the adventures they would have. As they grew older, their friendship only deepened. They shared their hopes and fears, supported each other through thick and thin, and made countless memories. The villagers often remarked how lucky they were to have such a strong friendship. One sunny day, a new family moved into Mamba. Among them was a young man named Ejike, who was the only son of Mr. and Mrs. Ejike. He was tall, with a kind smile and a polite attitude that quickly won over the villagers. Uju and Azuka noticed him immediately, and it wasn't long before Ejike became friends with them. The three of them spent a lot of time together, laughing and enjoying each other's company. However, as the days turned into weeks, Azuka began to feel something more than friendship for Ejike. She admired his strength and kindness, and her heart fluttered whenever he was near. She decided to share her feelings with Uju, unaware of the storm it would soon unleash on their lives and friendship. Azuka's feelings for Ejike grew stronger each day. She found herself daydreaming about him, imagining a future where they could be together. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon and painted the sky in hues of orange and pink, Azuka decided to tell Uju about her feelings for Ejike. They were sitting under their favorite tree, a giant baobab that had witnessed many of their secrets and dreams. Azuka took a deep breath and said, "Uju, there's something I need to tell you. I think I have feelings for Ejike," she said. Uju's eyes widened in surprise. She hadn't expected this. For a moment, she didn't know what to say. Then, with a gentle smile, she reached out and held Azuka's hand. "Azuka, that's wonderful. Ejike is a great person." Azuka felt a mix of relief and anxiety. Do you think he might like me too?" she asked, her voice barely above a whisper. Uju looked thoughtful. "I don't know, Azuka, but if you feel this way, you should tell him. It's better to know than to wonder." Azuka nodded, feeling a surge of hope. She decided she would find the right moment to talk to Ejike. Little did she know, Uju had been harboring feelings for Ejike as well. But out of loyalty to her friend, Uju chose to keep her feelings to herself. After so many weeks, and the friendship between Uju, Azuka, and Ejike continued to blossom. They shared many happy moments, exploring the village and talking late into the night. Azuka was still waiting for the perfect moment to share her feelings with Ejike, but that moment never seemed to come. One evening, the village gathered for a festival to celebrate the harvest. There was music, dancing, and laughter all around. Uju and Azuka were enjoying the festivities when Ejike approached them, looking unusually serious. "I have something important to say," he began, his voice steady but filled with emotion. "Uju, will you marry me?" The world seemed to stop for a moment. Uju gasped, her heart soaring with joy. "Yes, Ejike, I will," she exclaimed, throwing her arms around him. Azuka felt as though the ground had been pulled from under her. She forced a smile, but her heart was breaking. The person she had secretly loved had chosen her best friend. She watched as Uju and Ejike celebrated their engagement, feeling a mixture of happiness for her friend and deep sorrow for herself. After that day, Azuka felt betrayed by her friend Uju. She wept bitterly because she never believed Uju could betray her by accepting the engagement proposal from Ejike when she knew she was in love with him. So she began to resent Uju. But Azuka was determined that she will do everything possible to get Ejike for herself. As days turned into weeks, Azuka's resentment and jealousy grew. She decided she couldn't stand by and watch Uju live the life she had dreamed of. She began to plot a way to win Ejike's heart, even if it meant betraying her best friend. One day, Azuka visited Ejike in his house all alone. But as Ejike asked about Uju, she said to him, "Ejike, there is something I need to tell you today. Uju is not whom you think she is. She is only after your money. She don't love you at all." Ejike became confused and perplexed at what he just heard from Azuka. That can't be true, because I know Uju loves me sincerely. As Azuka drew closer to Ejike and held his hand, Uju walked into his house and saw the both of them. She was shocked and surprised. At this point, she never knew what to do. She quickly ran out of the house to an unknown destination. Azuka was happy because she felt Uju had been taken out of the picture. As Ejike was about to go after Uju, she begged him not to leave her, because she was deeply in love with him. Ejike was so surprised to hear this from Azuka. He felt disappointed at her. "Uju is your best friend, and you know very well that I love Uju, not you." Ejike left Azuka and went after Uju. After searching for Uju for hours, he met her crying at one of their favorite spots where the both of them always meet. "Uju, you know I love you very much and my heart belongs to you and you alone," Ejike said. "Please go back to Azuka and leave me alone," she replied. "It is you my heart longs for. I want to spend the rest of my life with you, and I want you to be the mother that will bear my kids. I never knew Azuka had wrong intentions about us. I won't let anything or anyone come in between us again," Ejike said. Uju felt a sense of relief in heart and hugged Ejike. The next day, Uju decided to confront Azuka to know why she was in Ejike's house the previous day. But she was shocked at the responses Azuka gave to her. Uju felt so sad because she knew she had just lost her best friend to resentment and bitterness. Days turned into weeks, and Uju and Ejike's love grew stronger each day. They decided to tie the knot by getting married. The news got to Azuka about their wedding preparation. She felt so bad that her best friend was getting married to the man she loved so much. She couldn't contain her resentment for Uju, but rather came up with a terrible plan to ruin her marriage. Azuka pretended to make peace with Uju and Ejike so as perpetrate her evil plan. One morning, she visited Uju in her house to ask her for forgiveness. She began to shed tears, asking Uju to forgive her for all the pains she had caused her. Unknown to Uju, she was pretending. But Uju was happy that she had realized her wrongs, so she gladly accepted her back, and they continued in their friendship once again. The village buzzed with excitement as preparations for Uju and Ejike's wedding began. Everyone pitched in to help, eager to make it a memorable event. Azuka, despite her heartache, tried to be supportive. She helped Uju choose her wedding dress, decorated the venue, and planned the ceremony. Uju noticed that Azuka seemed quieter than usual, but attributed it to the stress of the wedding preparations. She didn't suspect the turmoil raging in Azuka's heart. Azuka's feelings of jealousy and betrayal grew with each passing day. The day of the wedding arrived, and the village was transformed into a scene of beauty and celebration. Flowers adorned every corner, and the air was filled with the sweet scent of jasmine. Uju looked stunning in her wedding dress, and Ejike couldn't take his eyes off her. Azuka stood by Uju's side as her maid of honor, putting on a brave face. But inside, her heart was in pieces. She watched as Uju and Ejike exchanged vows, promising to love and cherish each other for the rest of their lives. The ceremony was beautiful, and there wasn't a dry eye in the crowd. As the festivities continued, Azuka slipped away, unable to bear the sight of Uju and Ejike's happiness. She found a quiet spot by the river, where she let her tears flow freely. She felt a deep sense of loss, not just for Ejike, but for the friendship she feared would never be the same. In the weeks following the wedding, Azuka's resentment and jealousy grew even more. She decided she couldn't stand by and watch Uju live the life she had dreamed of. She began to plot a way to win Ejike's heart, even if it meant betraying her best friend and ruining her home. Azuka started by trying to get closer to Ejike. She found excuses to visit their home, offering to help with chores or bring gifts. Ejike, being a kind and trusting person, didn't suspect anything. He thought Azuka was just being a good friend to Uju. But Azuka's intentions were far from innocent. She was determined to make Ejike see her in a different light. She dressed more attractively, complimented him often, and tried to make him laugh. Ejike enjoyed Azuka's company, but his heart belonged to Uju. All this were part of her plans to ruin her friend's marriage. When Azuka saw that her plans were not working out, and the love between Uju and her husband, Ejike, was getting stronger, she decided to visit her uncle, who was a herbalist. The challenge to win Ejike's heart was big. Find out in the next episode if Azuka's next plan of action worked out as she planned. Watch out for part 2. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you do enjoy the tale. If so, kindly like and share it with your family and friends. Please leave a comment on it. Subscribe to this channel and turn the notification bell for more enchanting tales like this. God bless you.